Hello and welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. This time talking about Mandalorian Series 3 Episode 1. And well, I need to start off by saying that I got something wrong. In the last show, I talked about a certain person being not available for the episodes. And then I showed you the wrong Funko Pop. So here is the correct Lego figure. No one... There we go. So we can all skip over that, shall we? So... Mandalorian. He wants redemption. He needs to go back home. He needs to bathe in some waters. Now, here's the thing. I watched this episode on a particularly sunny day and spent most of my time doing this. Because it was so incredibly dark. So much so that I had to, start again and watch it again. It's great. Star of the episode, by far, is R4-D5. Now, I always wanted a little badge with a picture of R4-D5 on it, and just saying underneath, this one has a bad motivator unit. Because, let's face it, I have got a bad motivator unit. I can't help it. The thing is, when you're watching this episode, yes, as I said last time, The Mandalorian is basically an excuse. Somebody's got all their Star Wars figures out and they've gone, let's do this one, let's have this one, let's have this one as a cameo. The tree full of, Salacious Crumb. Was that really his name? It was the name on the box. Last time is an example of this. But here we've got R4-D5, who basically just belonged to the Jawas, was up for sale, and is on Tatooine. And he ends up being the hero. But what we've got going on here, because of some of the things that I said, is an actual backstory. You see, not all astromechs are brave, or maybe they are, but bravery will only get you so far, because what R4-D5's got is PTSD in a droid. I know! Genius! Seriously, it's incredibly well thought out. This is a robot who is not a coward, but is scared, because he's seen too much action. I mean, this droid is basically going, you weren't there, man! You weren't there! But maybe that's just me reading too much into it. I looked around for a droid that I could show you, and I realised I don't have an R4-D5. Not a Lego one, not an actual figure, not something still carded. Nothing. Which is a shame. So you've got that storyline going on. And the fact that the Mandalorian's coming around to quite liking droids is lovely, because people like me love the robots. It's what we're here for. We're here for the droids. We've come for the war, but we've stayed for the robots. I love that aspect of the storyline. Yes, she's a dodgy character. Yes, she's stealing bits off cars in order to sell them back to people, because it's Bunter Eve. But then we've got the actual storyline. Then we've got the quick trip to meet the woman who's still lounging on the same throne as last time. I'm going to the planet. We go to the planet. We go down. We do some tests of atmosphere. The droid really doesn't want to do this. The droid vanishes, has to go out the air. It's fine. All that business. It's a nice bit of world building, and we can see what's going on. Fusion bombs? Fusion in Star Wars, not actual fusion bombs. They're just a big... Anyway, does anyone from the end of this episode get a huge Princess Mononoke giant creature hailing the world vibe? Don't know. Having a guess. That's fine. Sorry, I've skipped ahead. Yes, the Mandalorian gets captured. Yes, Grogu has to come into his own using the Force to push someone. Really cool. And then, hey, come and get me for rescue. And he's got good navigational skills. That's nice. Then there's the rescue, the build-up. He goes to bathe in the waters. Let's face it, any other series would have had the bathing in the waters as the end of a whole season arc. Getting back to the planet, finding the planet, getting secure. No, episode 2, he's bathing in those waters. He really needs a Jedi to train him how to use that sword. The Darksaber, it's not for him, right? I know he's got it, but he's not wielding it. It's Excalibur, and he gets to be... Well, that's a whole different kettle of fish and storyline-wise. I'm impressed that this is episode 2 and we've got that. I'm impressed by the fall in the water, the dive, jetpacks that work underwater. Who would have thought? Gorgeous. The whole episode's gorgeous. That mechanic thing in the giant mech suit, all lovely and so bloody expensive. There's no way that Doctor Who on Disney can look like this, and should not try. Because this is Star Wars. It's not Doctor Who. This is Star Wars. Loving the series so far. Not quite sure where it's going, because let's face it, I assumed that this would be the storyline to last the whole season. But it's been great. Look, with that, I'll fade away, as always, and I can't wait for episode 3, which is only in a couple of days. So until next time, be seeing you.